Well, on the Antiques Roadshow, when we look at medals, we're normally looking at medals from past campaigns, from major wars, the First World War, the Boer War. But now we're going to look at medals from much more recent campaigns, relatively modern by those standards. And I think by the end of this piece, I think viewers will be absolutely stunned at the value we might be putting on some of the medal groups. We're here not far from Hereford, a stone's throw from Hereford, which to many people mean the headquarters of the SAS, the Special Air Service. An organisation that, of course, is surrounded in mystery. But why do you collect modern medals?
Well, I've been collecting medals from the age of 12, and the trouble with collecting old Victorian medals is there's very little research. After all, the recipients have died many, many years ago. So recently, I've sold all my old Victorian medals, and I concentrate on modern medals because the recipients generally are still alive. And I can interview them, buy them a few drinks, get their stories, write them down. So I find them far more interesting to research than the old Victorian medals.
What puzzles me, and I guess would puzzle a lot of people, is why, if the recipients are still alive, that they're willing to sell their medals.
I think because they've no one to pass them down to in the first place, and because they know they're worth an awful lot of money, these guys don't generally wear their medals. They don't have occasions to wear them. So why not sell them for large amounts of money, and then someone like me can actually do all the research and preserve their memories. Only one of these gentlemen has died. That's the owner of the military medal. He died last year.
This group here?
That group there. But before he died, I got to interview him, and of the others, I've interviewed everyone else as well. So I've got their complete life story and their military history as well.
And you've brought some photographs here. Tell me what these are.
Right, that's the regiment. It was D Squadron. They're about to take South Georgia. And that's the only remaining helicopter that's left out of 3. And the gentleman on the far left, he's the winner of the military medal group that you see down there.
So this group here
belongs to him.
Belongs to him on the far
Yes.
left.
So it's very nice to actually have a photograph of someone about to go into action.
Now this is, of course, the Falklands War we're talking about.
Yes.
And I can remember sitting in front of the television in 1982, and hearing on the news that the Argentinians had invaded our territory, British territory, of South Georgia. And of course we went to war to protect the Falkland Islands. So you've also brought along another group. Tell me about this group here.
Yes, well, that gentleman, I've interviewed him about a dozen times, and I've written over 25,000 words on his life history, and it's a fascinating history. But in South Georgia, there was only about 15 of them actually took South Georgia, and they posed for that historic photograph.
This is a photograph that I've seen in many books,
yes,
and of course was quite famously used in the newspapers and the news
yes.
at the time. And which one is he?
He's kneeling on the bottom right.
So this chap here with the moustache?
Yes.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, do you know, these groups to Special Air Service very rarely come on the market. And they are worth considerable sums of money. Now, I guess I don't need to tell you this, because you must have acquired these yourself, have you?
Yes, indeed.
And what did you pay? Give an example of some of the amounts of money you paid for these medals.
I paid 25,000 for the military medal.
How much?
25,000.
So for this group of 3 medals, you paid
Yes.
£25,000?
Yes.
How long ago?
That was about 3 years ago.
Okay.
I paid 6,000 for that group there.
For this group, yes.
Yeah. These belong to my friends, so I didn't buy those, and I paid £4.5 grand for this one.
Right. Well, okay, we know what you paid for some of these groups, but you know, you've made, I think, an incredibly good investment, because I think today, if they came up on the open market, I think this group of 3, with the history that surrounds it, could easily make £30,000. And I think if you took a total of the medals, the flag, the pennants that you've got together here, I think we will be looking at something in the region of £80,000 to £90,000. It's a serious, serious collection. Are you carrying on? Are you collecting still?
Absolutely. I'm running out of money, but I'm still collecting. Yes.
I feel very, very proud of the fact that you've shown these to me today.
Well. Thank you.